most people buy a house the same way. Okay, they buy one house, get one mortgage, and then spend the next 30 years paying for it. Okay, that's exactly what I thought when I first started. But then I got into this thing called house hacking and bigger pockets and all that stuff. I was an agent too, so I was like in the world of flippers and wholesalers and landlords and everything. And there's a bunch of strategies. There's a burst strategy. There's the sneaky rental strategy. There's a bunch of strategies that come out and that you should research, because eh, sneaky rental or house hacking is not for everybody. But there are other strategies. Like for example, when you buy a primary residence and you sell it after 2 years, you live in it for 2 years as your primary residence, and you made it better, whatever the net profits are, you don't have to pay if you're married, up to $500,000 of the gain, and if you're single, you don't have to pay like up to $250,000 gain. So a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but some people will buy something in like a really nice neighborhood, like a really crappy house, and they basically live in it for 2 years as a construction site, and they don't care, because they see the upside. Like, can you imagine $500,000 every 2 years, or even $200,000 every 2 years? That's $100,000, tax free. That's more than $100,000 as a W-2. You're probably like what, 150, 130 maybe. That's an extra income for the family. So some people do that. Some people don't like to be under construction all the time. I wouldn't mind. My wife would hate it, so then I don't do that one. My wife doesn't hate the whole idea of house hacking and sneaky rental, so we do that. Okay, and that's what I'm here to talk about. So when you buy your primary residence, okay, 5% down, 10% down, 20%, whatever you want, but you can put as low as 3% down, I believe. Oh, well, as low as zero, because USDA or whatever. Talk to your lender, talk to your agent. I am an agent in Raleigh, North Carolina, so if you're here, hit me up, and I got you. I'll treat you like family. If you're doing this somewhere else in another part of the United States, I can still help you. I just won't personally help you. I'll just send you a referral. Hit me up, add me on Instagram at realtor.branco, and we'll go from there. But anyways, zero, I like to do at least 3 to 5%. But if it's your very first home, you can do conventional 3%, or you can just go straight to the 5%, it's fine with me. I like the conventional side of it. If you need a little bit more help because of your credit, or like maybe the down payment or something, maybe you go FHA, and then you go 3.5% instead of 5%. But that's not here nor there. You pay the 0 to 20%, whatever you want, whatever you have saved, whatever works best for you. I would say go 5% because that's more leverage. But buy something that you can have 2 units out of the same house. So either like a weird little layout where it's like a mother-in-law on the same, like attached, whatever, maybe a master bedroom that is like kind of separate, and then you can kind of close it out. You have an actual attached ADU. You have an actual additional dwelling unit. You have an actual detached ADU. A lot of times detached ADUs used to be like detached garages, and then people just converted it into living space. So just look for that online, like on Realtor.com, Zillow, with your agent. And they tend to be a little bit more expensive than the normal just one house. But the upside is tremendous because you can rent it out for $2 to $3 grand minimum, depending on where you live. So with Airbnb, midterm rental, or whatever, or you can even do long-term rental if you've got a job and you're like, dude, I don't want to manage an Airbnb. It's not that bad for the amount of money you make. Okay. So that's the idea. Primary residence, buy something that you can at least get 2 units out of it, so you can live in the main unit, or you live in the other one and you can make more money from the main unit. Yeah, people have done that. I've never done that because I've always had either my wife or we had our kid or whatever. So like, I'm not going to live in a guest house. But you could. I know people with families that do that as well. So it's just whatever works for you, as long as you're making some income out of it. Okay. So I touched on the master bedroom on the other side, maybe lock it up. I've touched on the ADU attached and detached. Basement, you can also do a basement. You can do a duplex as well. Sometimes duplexes work. It doesn't really work in my area. I don't really like the areas where the duplexes are, but there are a few that may work. There was this one triplex, really good area, that I really wanted, and I lost multiple offers, and then I kind of grew out of it because the main one was 2 bedrooms and I needed a 3 bedroom. But it's just looking, it's just asking, it's just driving around, looking online nowadays, obviously. But anything that has 1 or 2 extra units. I know David Green, the guy that used to be the Bigger Pockets guy. Additional thing, because they're like big, put a kitchenette. Like the water would be pretty simple because you just connect to the house. So it's just looking for those opportunities. And there are a lot of agents that don't do a very good job with the listing, and you should find those mistakes. Like for example, if you're going through the pictures and you see that it's like, dude, this is not 1,500 square feet. This seems way bigger. Yeah, that's how I got one of them. It was like way bigger, and because it was like a detached garage, and I was like, where's this extra space? They didn't count it. It was legally done with permits and everything. She just forgot to freaking include it. I'm like, good for me. I got it. And now we have 2 units out of that one. Another one is a basement that we got, main home with a basement. The basement wasn't permitted. I just need to make sure this is green. The basement wasn't permitted. So the agent did a good job by not including the finished basement with a bathroom and 2 rooms. It didn't have a kitchenette. I added a kitchenette it was like a $14,000 kitchenette. But she didn't add the square footage down there. And that's what she's supposed to do. But she should have at least put in the remarks, like agent remarks, hey, by the way, there's 2 extra rooms and a bathroom down there. She would have sold it for more faster. But she didn't do that. And I saw that it was 1,200 square feet. I'm like, there's no way this house is 1,200 square feet. I went and saw it that day, put an offer that day because she messed up. So you need to look for those things. And there's a bunch of other ones that I know of. And I'm happy to tell you, hit me up. I'm your real estate guy. I'm not just an agent. I do Airbnbs, midterm rentals, long-term rentals. I know quite a bit just because I've been in it for a while. So I know a lot of oh crap, this happened. I have an answer for that probably. So hit me up, and all I ask in return is maybe you send me a referral here in the Raleigh market, or you ask me if you're doing it in another market, I can send you a referral, and it would be a win-win for us. So hopefully you like this video. If you do, like and subscribe, and I'll bring more nuggets next week. See you guys. Peace.